Hello folks, we're looking at the EV lease deals of the month for April 2024. There are some absolutely amazing deals in this video. I say it pretty much every time, but every month EV lease deals just seem to be getting better. There's a little bit of something for everyone. We've got some cheaper stuff, some more expensive stuff, but the one thing they've all got in common is these are all good value for money deals, especially when you consider the RRP of the cars. Some of it's insanity, really. Let's crack straight on. Most of these are 3 months up front, 3-year deals on 10,000 miles a year. There may be one or two different as we go through, so just keep an eye out for it, but I'll try and highlight those when we get to them. Please give this video a thumbs up. I need more of you to do that, and I need more of you to subscribe. I'm trying to get to 50,000 subscribers by the end of this year. As every year I try and set myself little targets to sort of justify doing this. So please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and I'll crack on with the first deal. A good cheap deal to get us kicked off. It's the GWM Aura 03, formerly known as the Funky Cat, $959 up front and £220 a month. It's in stock, 193 miles of range, 171 horsepower, insurance group 27, 228 litres of boot space. Price history wise, this doesn't look as incredible as it used to because the deals have been amazing on these all year. £248 a month has been the average since January, and at its peak 314, at its lowest point 214, currently 220 with 959 up front. That really is a nice little car with a high retail price, and at 220 quid a month, it's perhaps just too good not to dip your toe in the water. Coopera Bourne is next, £308 a month. That's with 1,220 up front. Again, it's a 3-year deal. 264 miles of range, 204 horsepower, insurance group 25, 385 litres of boot space, and a 0 to 62 time of 7.3 seconds. It is quite a funky little thing. It looks much more interesting than the ID3, although it is quite similar to the ID3, and certainly underneath it's basically the same car. For me, it just feels a bit younger somehow. £407 a month has been the average. It's currently 308, so it's £99 a month less than the average. This is the lowest price we've seen it, and this time last year it would have set you back 464 quid a month. Currently 308 with 1,220 up front. Now I think this is the lowest price we've seen of Voxal Mocka, 1,273 up front and 324 a month. 209 miles of range, 136 horsepower, insurance group 21, 310 litres of boot space, 0 to 62 in 9.2 seconds. Funky looking little thing. 324 quid a month and 1,273 up front. If we look at the price history, average on it 561. Wow. At its peak, £772 a month. I mean, in what world would you pay that for a Mocka? For quite a lot of the time here, look, it was over 600 quid a month. In fact, this time last year, it was 524 a month. Currently, 324 with 1,273 up front. This one is the GS model. Okay. Don't forget, folks, the link to LeaseLoco is in the video description and pinned as a top comment. Please use it. Peugeot E2008, 334 quid a month with 1,300 up front, 213 miles of range, 136 horsepower, insurance group 26 and 434 litres of boot space. This one's in stock. It is Allure trim. The 0 to 62 is 9.1 seconds. And if we look at the price history, wowzer. This only goes back to January. But £636 a month has been the average since January. It was £808 a month in January. Currently 334 with 1,304 up front. Nice enough thing to drive, quite a cool interior in them. And I think as small SUVs go, it's a good looking one. I mean, it is quite an interesting looking little car. It's not just a completely kind of cookie cutter box that we see so many of nowadays. Nice interior as well. I think there's quite a lot to like about that deal. And next one is the Toyota BZ4X. This is a better deal at the moment than the Subaru Solterra. There are still Solterra deals around, but I think this one's better value. This is in stock. This is a 2-year deal with 3 months up front. 1,381 up front and then 394 quid a month. But this one gives you 313 miles of range, 204 horsepower, insurance group 36 and 452 litres of boot space. So that's more range than you're getting on the Solterra. And 0-62 in 7.5 seconds. Now, I've spoken about these cars in length in previous videos. I think under 400 quid a month, it's not a bad shout. 559 has been the average, currently 394. At its lowest point, it was only 390, and its highest point, it was 670. In fact, this time last year, it was 647. Currently 394 with 1,381 up front, and it's in stock. Still got stock deals on the ID5. As you know, it's got plenty of practicality and it's got loads of range, 327 miles of range, 549 litres of boot space, 413 quid with 1,239 up front. Average on it's been 523. This time last year it was 632. At its highest point, 636. Currently 413 with 1,239 up front, and it's in stock. Now, I'd go for this one over the ID5 personally, but some people favour the VW badge. The Aria Advance, this is a fantastic car, £415 a month with 1,500 up front. This is a 3-year deal on 10,000 miles a year, 329 miles of range, insurance group 34, 408 litres of boot space, 242 brake horsepower. And look at this, average price on it's been 600 quid a month. This time last year it was 705 a month. In July it was 756. This one's in stock and it's £415 a month with 1,500 up front. I mentioned it before, but I do calls. People can go onto my website, notaguru.co.uk, and book a call with me and just chat about cars, whatever it is they want to chat about regarding cars. And I think in 3 calls last week, someone mentioned that they'd gone out and checked out an Aria because of my videos, and they were sort of blown away by it. And one person ordered one because they liked it so much, and they were initially looking for, all I'll say is, a far more premium brand, and really liked this car more than that premium brand. And there's a lot to be said for that, folks. The proof of the pudding is in the tasting sometimes. So great deal, 415 quid a month, 1,500 up front. It is in stock. This one's a factory order, but it's another brilliant car. People keep talking about the BYD Seal, which I've got this week actually on review. So there'll be a review video for that coming soon. But they keep talking about that as the rival to the Tesla Model 3, but so is the Ioniq 6. It really is a genuine rival to the Model 3. Not only is it capable of ridiculously fast charging, but you've also got 339 miles of range. It's a glorious thing to drive. It's got a lovely interior. It hasn't got so much boot. It's about 400 and something litres of boot. And I guess the design is a little bit Marmite. You're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. But I think it's a gorgeous looking thing. Definitely one of my favourite cars that I've had in for review. 430 quid a month with 1,600 up front. 578 has been the average over the past 12 months. This time last year it was £743 a month. Ouch. This one's 7.4 seconds to 62, 228 horsepower, insurance group 36, 339 miles of range. As I said, it really is a nice car and a nice package, and it's easy to live with. You go to a fast charger and the thing will blow your mind. 430 quid a month is a great price. The EQC deals are still around. This one's on 2 years, 10,000 miles a year, 477 quid. Just as a reminder, the average price now, that keeps dropping every time I do a video because, of course, another week has passed with a low price. But back in October, it was £1,700 a month. It's currently £477 a month, and I guess that speaks for itself. It's in stock, 1,700 quid up front, at 477 a month. 254 miles of range, 408 brake horsepower, 500 litres of boot space, and it's a tonking great Mercedes-Benz. There you go, folks, 477 quid a month. Use the link to LeaseLoco that's in the description if you'd like to find out more. VW ID Buzz, 488 quid, but this is a 3-year deal. So lots of these deals that we've seen in recent times have been 2 years only. This one's a 3-year deal. It's a factory order, so it's not in stock. You will have to wait a little bit for one. 1,121 litres of boot space. Insurance Group 31, 204 brake horsepower, 258 miles of range, and a 0 to 62 time of 10.2 seconds. 1,700 quid up front, 488 a month. Average has been 706 a month. Back in May last year, it was £836 a month. Yes, at its peak, £864 a month. Currently, £488. Next, we've got the Lexus RZ450e. This one's a 2-year deal, and it's significantly cheaper on a 2-year deal than it is on a 3, and it's definitely where the best value is if you're after one of these. Now, this shares a lot of the underpinnings with the Toyota BZ4X and the Subaru Solterra, but this one gives you a little bit more oomph. 508 quid a month and just under £1,800 up front, and that compares quite favourably to the average of 967 a month. This time last year, 1152. Back in August, 1217. Currently, 508. Now, this is in stock. It's on a 10,000 mile a year deal. Obviously, if you want to have a little bit of a play around with that, you could save yourself a few quid. Going down to 8,000 miles a year makes a difference of 36 quid a month, which is quite a lot, I would say. But look at this. This is one of the weird things, which is why I say to always check on the mileages. If you went down to 5,000 miles a year, it actually goes up by 100 quid a month. Now, the reason for that is probably the broker that's advertising this deal hasn't bothered to advertise a 5,000 mile a year deal. Probably if you spoke to this broker, who is it? Just go down to compare deals and it's running through all the different companies. It looks like it's going to be this one, Excite. If you spoke to Excite and said, actually, I only want 5,000 miles, they might say, well, here you go. You can have that for quite a bit less. So bear that in mind. Use this as a guide, but also you'll sometimes find an incredible deal. You might find for an extra £1 a month, someone's doing it for 12,000 miles or 15 or whatever. It's always worth just having a little click around up here and looking at all the different variables. Okay, Mustang Mach-E, it's in stock. It has gone up again, but it still looks like a decent price against the average. 372 miles of range, 294 horsepower, Insurance Group 41, 402 litres of boot space. 750 has been the average on it, but I think the last time I did one of these videos it was around about 450, 460 a month, as we can see there. The highest price on this in the last 12 months has been £1,068 a month, average of 750, currently 535 and in stock. The fact that prices have gone up again suggests that there are far fewer of these now available in stock than there were, or perhaps Ford is starting to pull the discounts. 3-year deal, 1,600 upfront, 535 a month. Next one is a 3-year deal on a Genesis GV70. This has got a nosebleed of a 0 to 62 time, 4.2 seconds, 2,244 upfront and 648 a month, 283 miles of range, 490 horsepower, 503 litres of boot space, and just look at this. The average price, well, it's been up and down more times than a you-know-what. At its peak, it was 1,200 quid a month. That's a significant amount of money, folks. This time last year, it was £1,124 a month. It's currently 648 and it's in stock. GV70 is as premium a car as it gets on the mainstream market before we start looking at stupid things that cost the same as a house. It's an amazing piece of kit. It drives beautifully. It's capable of that super fast charging because it's based on the 800 volt architecture that we've got in the Ioniq 6 that I talked about earlier. And it's just a gorgeous thing. It gets you lots of attention. Sometimes it gets a bit annoying with people asking you what it is, or is it an Aston Martin or whatever, but it's a lovely, lovely piece of kit. And if you're in the market for a fairly luxurious car, something like a BMW, Mercedes, Audi, those kind of brands, you would be an absolute nutter not to go and check out a Genesis. And don't let badge snobbery get in the way because they are brilliant. Utterly brilliant. 2,244 up front and 648 a month for 3 years. BMW i5 eDrive 40 M Sport, 490 litres of boot space, Insurance Group 43, 354 miles of range, 340 brake horsepower and 0 to 62 of 6 seconds. 2,300 up front, 681 a month. The average on that's been £911. The highest price on it historically, £1,263 a month. It's scary, isn't it? This time last year it was £1,256 a month. It's currently £681. Finally, I'm just going to show you there's still deals available from Tesla Direct for the Model Y. It is just one deal really, but it's well worth having a look at. As you can see here, I've clicked on my referral link for this, and if you do that, you'll get 3 months enhanced autopilot, and I'll get some Tesla points to spend on some free charging. That makes both of us happy, I hope. But anyway, let's just look at this deal a sec. So this is on the standard one. This is the one I've got. £399 a month on 10,000 miles a year for 36 months. That's 9 payments up front. So that's about £3,500 up front. And you don't seem to be able to change that. That is the deal. And these are cars ordered and delivered by the 30th of June 2024. So I just thought I'd mention that because this deal's not available on LeaseLoco. The Tesla seems to be pulling deals from the brokers at the moment and just doing everything direct. I'm sure they'll come back to the brokers at some stage, but right now, if you want to get yourself a Model Y, do it direct with Tesla, and please use my referral link and it will help us both out. Please use that link to LeaseLoco that's in the video description and pinned as a top comment. And please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. It really does make a difference. It really does help to keep me motivated. That's it for this month's deals, I think. But if anything amazing pops up in the meantime, there will be a little one-off special video for you. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.